Hey all, we're going to do some decaling. So today, and because I'm wired the way I am, I'm going to go with one of these, the Indian head logo and stripes, which go onto the airplane right about here, like so. I think that'll fit right where it needs to be. The head should be centered just over the chevron here. The top stripe should terminate, yeah, just a bit back from this cutout, and then the other two stripes continue down with the western, small western text here just aft of the passenger door. Now, this isn't quite fitting flush, so I'm going to have to be careful around the door, and we'll be slicing through the two white stripes at either end of the door. Pull the door off, clean that up, stick it back in, and so forth. So it's a little tricky on this side, but what the hell, we might as well jump right in. But that looks like that's just where it needs to be. So with Callie's decals, these aren't really, they're transfers. They're not water slide decals. So you have to use a little bit of soapy water without too much soap. And just kind of wet the area pretty good with that. This might be a little too soapy now, I'm checking on it, but this is what the recommended method is for these types of transfers. And so there you have it. Now, these decals stick to the carrier. Decal gets positioned onto the airplane. Carefully. A little bit forward there. Yeah, right about there. Stripes need to be straight and run true down the length of the red demarcation. That might be a tad low, so we're going to try again. I'm going to get it just a little higher. Not too high, not too low. Good as we can get it anyway. And I don't know, is that better? Let's see. Well, that's pretty good. I was afraid of this. The western decal is in the wrong place, so I have to move that. That's unfortunate. Let's see what we can do. There she goes. Well, that could have been better, but it could have been worse. Alright. Through the end of the airplane. Get this off. There we go. Okay. This just needed to be a little bit further back. I thought we had it lined up. We'll fix it. see what we got. I'll leave that on for a little bit longer. Let it set up. You want to pull the carrier off at a right angle for the most part. Not a wrong angle, but a right angle. Keep it from lifting off. Clean that up. Oops. There she goes. Okay, and this piece here, just have to probably use red on that. Right above the window is where that lower stripe needs to be, just right on the window frame. For the most part, that's where it is. Okay. Trying to be difficult. But that's okay. It'll settle down. Did I tell you this was tricky? Tricky ain't the half of it. Now, one of the other problems I'm having is that I bought these decals maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, and they've just been sitting in that bag ever since. Which probably didn't do them any good. Just sitting out here through 2 summers in a non-insulated shed with some pretty hot weather. Probably didn't do it any good, but we're not going to quit until we get this on here, one way or the other. And by that I mean the right way. Not really one way or the other. We gotta get this on here the right way. It's gotta look good. I didn't do all that work just to have it come down to looking like hell. So here we go. Nice and slow, careful, cautious, mindful. So another reason for top coat, clear coats, is that they really help retain decals. The clear coat, it has kind of a leveling quality to it, but it also, as it cures and dries, pulls that decal down onto the surface of your project. And you know, you want that. There she goes. Finally got that to lay down. All right, so now we got to be careful not to redirect any of these lines away from the parallel. Well, that got on there pretty good. Come on, very good. All right, so that's how you do that. I wish that little Western decal, which is stuck to my arm, had not been damaged, but you know, you do the best you can under all circumstances, and you try to get the best outcome you can get. This could have been a little better, you know. Woulda, shoulda, couldas. I'm gonna put some red paint over that. Hope this looks good enough. For the world we live in. And I added a couple things to my touch-up list. Scraped that red paint right there, didn't I? It's alright, we'll just touch it up best we can. Cut could have been a little more even. Let's just see what it looks like. Oh, we're gonna have to wait on that. Alright, but the logo's on the top white stripes here. You can see how the bottom stripe, the top stripe, they just run right along the window frame. So that was my registration for where to locate the headrest and everything. Headrest had to be far enough out that this white stripe would terminate before the end of this cutout. The lower white stripe had to run straight along the top edge of the window frame, and the Indian head had to be more or less centered above the chevron, this little cutout down here in the paint, right? I hope this camera angle's good. Let me bring it over here a little more. So that's kind of the look we were going for right there. Now this is the most, to me, this is the most important decal. You know, the registration, the red Western lettering that goes up here, all very important. White Western lettering that goes here, and a few other odds and ends in the kit decals that came with this airplane. But this is the most important to get right, to my mind. Now they're all, you got to get them all right. You want to make sure when you're doing these projects that you're not getting it done haphazardly, or, you know. So there's the cutout for the door. Pops back in and everything registers and lines up as it should. Again, I've got a little touch up now to do on that red. We'll get her. And what I'll probably use that there is the acrylic, which matches this pure red from Tamiya. And this I can just rub in to the to that crack. Let me see if I got a better brush than that. No. I'm terrible about maintaining my brushes and keeping them right. I don't know if I'm alone in that. Some people are better at it than others. I'm pretty much horrible at maintaining my paint brushes, which is weird because they're kind of important. Just see if I can fix this little gaff right here.